Hey, what's going on, guys? This is KC. I'm back again with another video, and I'm going to get right to the point. I will tell you this, everything that you see and everything that you hear in this video is absolutely free. I'm going to give away everything for free. You just go to the website and go to the freebie section, and feel free to download. So anyway, I've had many questions about how do I manage, or how do I guess you could say, operate as it relates to my music department at my church. So I'm going to show you from hopefully this could become a series of videos, but this is kind of a behind the scenes video to show you how I listen to a song that I've never heard before, how I listen to the soprano, alto, and tenor parts, and also how I hear the music, how I actually kind of transcribe. So and no one wants to come into a situation, you start feeling that nervousness sink in when, you got the choir members telling you that that's not what you taught them last week. And you don't have any documentation, you don't have anything to support that you're teaching it the same way. So I'm going to show you a system. You don't even have to know how to read music, believe it or not. I'm going to show you how to type the parts out. I know it sounds crazy, but just bear with me. I got 7 to 10 minutes. I'm going to be able to prove to you, or try to persuade you to use this system at your music department, or in your music department at your music ministry. Now, I've been doing this system. I've been doing this system for about 15 years, and I will tell you, I've used this system at a small church, and I'm at a really well-known ministry in Atlanta. So it's a large church, and I use the system there. So I didn't wait till I got to a big church to become excellent. I was excellent even at a smaller church. So, and I'm not saying that I'm a better minister of music or a director of music than you. What I'm saying is that I made the choice to be the best me I could be. So I'm not in competition with anyone. I'm just here to share with you some tools that will help you be the best that you can be. So anyway, let's jump right on in. One person sent a request for a song. It's called "I Worship You" by Mary. But they've actually found a rendition by the artist Trey McLaughlin. Recently they sent it to me. So anyway, I'm going to use this song, and it sounds very simple, but I'm gonna be honest with you, it is a very difficult song to teach as far as the parts are concerned, because these guys are moving all up and down. They're doing all kind of stuff. So I'm going to jump in and show you from beginning to end how I actually approach learning music and how I actually teach it. So I have 7 minutes. Let's jump right on in. All right, so step one, if you've already downloaded the folder, it's called "I Worship You." You click on it and you'll see all these different files. What I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight these 3, and I'll show you how I actually do this. Step one, what I like to do is I like to type out the parts, okay, from beginning to end. So, and when I say parts, really I mean the sections of the song, or basically the lyrics. So what we'll do is first I'll type out the title, "I Worship You," and I put, the artist's name and his version, and the intro. This is how the intro goes. You see the chorus here, and also the chorus harmony. So that's step one. All right. Don't show up to choir rehearsal and you don't have parts or things like that to pass out, or the lyrics, because they're going to tell you that's not the words to the song, or they'll tell you that's not what you did last week. So you're going to have your documentation there. You're going to be able to get them up off you. I promise you. All right. So step one, have your lyrics ready. And so after I do my lyrics, the next thing I do is I go in and I put the key of the song. His version, he does in an E flat to E, and the tempo was 88. I have the intro, and here are my words. And believe it or not, here's the soprano, alto, tenor 1, tenor 2. Because this artist here, I mean, like I say, this song is not the easiest song. Most gospel songs go from soprano, alto, and tenor. Every blue moon you see baritone, but this artist here, he decided to split the tenors a little bit. So we'll listen in on that. That's that part. You go down to the chorus, unison, and I'll make all this stuff make sense. I know you're probably ready to go to the next video, or fast forward, or jump ahead, but trust me, this right here, these numbers are so simple to use. All right, the next part I'm going to show you is "I Worship You." This is actually my handwriting. I use this Samsung Galaxy Note tablet with a stylus. You can kind of write, and you can also email this to the band members. This is an easy song musically. As far as the musicians are concerned, it's not much to it, and it just kind of loops. But the vocal part is very challenging. So anyway, let me play a little bit of a snippet for you so that you can get a gist of how this song goes. I'll maximize it.
You ready?
You listen to this, this is unison. Unison means they're all singing the same parts. All right, they're going to the harmony now. All right, so step one is I would listen to the song and I'd probably start off by, believe it or not, playing the piano part and kind of getting the piano part down. So that way when I listen to the parts, I can eliminate the music. So that's the challenge. When you're trying to write parts or you're trying to hear the soprano, alto, and tenor parts, you need to eliminate the best you can with your ears, eliminate the music and listen to strictly the vocal parts. And the one cool thing about this, they did at the end, I will say, they did go to the, they go a cappella here. So anyway, you watch that video. I threw it in the folder as well, and you can also find it here on YouTube. So anyway, basically, you got to get rid of the music first. So what's step one I would do? Step one, of course, after I've typed my lyrics out, I would go to Logic. Logic is the software I prefer to use, and I would track my piano part out. And I'll give a demonstration of, kind of how I go into that. You can listen to it and then you'll see the piano MIDI part. All right, so I listen to the intro and I track it out. And again, this is all free. I'm giving all this stuff away 100%. Everything that you hear and see, I'm giving it away to you for free. All right. Okay, so now you can see that I listen note by note. It takes a while to develop your ear to hear it. But if you look at these numbers right here, especially if you're new to the piano, you're not really that great at playing the piano. You see, it's just really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, basically 6 chords, or really 5 because the 5 is there again. But there are only like 5 or 6 chords that you have to learn. And I actually teach these numbers on the Play Like You series. Actually, it's just the beginning, but it's the Play Like You series. It shows you how to kind of approach the piano, how to put chords and bass notes together, and left hand, right hand coordination. So that's how you kind of hear that part. But it's a very, very simple part because the pianist. Let's see if I can pull up a little keyboard here for you so you can see. All right, he starts off in E flat and then he goes to E. So basically what I do is I try to approach it based on the major scale, and that's going to be the theme of this whole video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, to the 5. And I'll pull that sheet music up so you can see it as well. Let's go down. There's the 8. Pull my keyboard back up. Minimize this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, to the 5, 2, 3, 4, and just repeats. All right. Of course, there are chords that go along with it. All right. And so anyway, I have that MIDI file on the piano track. It is there. Just feel free to, you can plug it into your MIDI player, or you can just play the MP3 file if you like. Just play it from there. So anyway, that's the piano part. I can't spend too much time with that because then it would turn into a piano tutorial. This here is more or less for music directors, choir directors, and minister of music. So and people who are interested in using MIDI to track out their music. So let me go back to Logic again. And if you look at this piano, I have all these different tracks here, 7 different tracks. First thing I do is my piano. Second thing, I might add a little pad to kind of thicken it up a little bit when I track. The next thing, I have like a loop track, which is like a conga loop, is what they used. Next part, and this is the part I really want to focus on. These are the 3 different parts: soprano, alto, and tenor. Sopranos, altos, tenors. And in this situation, he has first tenors and second tenors. All right, so for my soprano part, let's play just the soprano part by itself. 3, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. All right, and that's how they start. I said ooh and the ah part, and then when they go into the actual lyric part, which is you took everything I was. So let me go to that part. All right, so we'll start some measure 14. All right, and the cool thing about this, I can actually play the piano with it so you can hear both, so we can kind of stay on track. All right, that's sopranos. Add in altos. And the beginning part, you notice everyone is singing the exact same thing. So let's go over to when they actually go into harmony. All right. All right, this is the soprano part when they go into the harmony. Add altos. Add the tenors. And a lot of times, what I'll do is I'll bounce these down and I'll send the tenors their part, I'll send the altos theirs, or I'll send the sopranos, and I'll put it all in a folder so people can access from their mobile device. I have a website that I use at my ministry that I created. They can go on their mobile device and download just a soprano part, or they can, if they're alto, they can download the alto part. That way, after I've taught the part and during part rehearsal, when we come back, they have something to kind of practice with, and it also protects me, And I say protects me. It protects me from the backlash when they say, that's not what you taught me last week. I'm like, hey, go to the website, or hey, check your download out, because I have the parts, not only do I have them played, separately, but I also type them out. So let's go to the type out part, because I know that's what some people are really, really trying to, they really are really interested in. So let me explain what I mean when I say I type the parts out. All right, I'll pull up a keyboard here at the bottom. All right. There's soprano. S stands for soprano, A stands for alto, T stands for tenor 1, and T stands for tenor 2. All right, so at the beginning of the song, you probably notice, let me pull up my track here so you can actually hear something here. Take this solo off, and cool, now we got piano. All right, so what I'm going to do is back out of here so we can actually see some parts and see why I use numbers. Now, this number system is really, really cool, all right? I use this number system for every song. I don't care if it's a very, very difficult song. I don't care if it's James Hall, all right? This number system works. I mean, and I say James Hall, some of you may not know who that is, but I'm just trying to think of somebody who has some real difficult, harmonization things going on in the gospel music arena. All right, so anyway, this song is in the key of E flat. So we have our scale. So here's 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then to the 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 and 8 are the same. Now, if this is confusing, again, I really recommend you get the Play Like You series because I break down the major scale and all this theory stuff. Again, I'm not trying to make it into a piano tutorial as it is a ministry tool. So anyway, we're in the key of E flat, and here's my E flat major scale. So watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 1, because 1 and 8 are the same thing. So I'm going to keep going up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here's my soprano part. Ooh, you hold that. And then they sing a I, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, ah. And in some instances, I'll sing an octave lower. Sometimes I have to use falsetto. I was a vocal major in college, and you know, I kind of fooled around with classical music. They gave me a scholarship to do it, and to be honest, man, I just kind of faked it, man. I couldn't really sing, but I knew how to fake, do all kind of weird stuff with my voice. So anyway, I'm going to sing soprano part falsetto. And they hold that for 4 counts. On the 4th count, they go up to the 2. All right. And then altos are there on the 3. So 1, 2, 3. So a lot of times what I do is I have them sing the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of course, tenors don't go that high, but anyway. So that's the soprano part. They're on the 5. Altos are on the 3, so we count up to the 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. And they do all kind of neat stuff with their voice, doing crescendos and decrescendos. But I'm not going to get into the nuances as I am the documentation process. All right, tenors. Tenor 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1. So they start off, ooh, all right, and then the tenor 2, they do the same thing, but if you notice, right here on this ah part, it changes. So, ooh, all right. So that's the cool thing about that, writing these parts out. So I kind of listen to it and I go in and I just put in the numbers based on what the words or what the letters are saying. So, all right. So let's go in here. And let's look down a little bit because the chorus starts off unison. Unison means all parts sing the exact same note. So for example, it goes, you took everything I was, made me what I am, and with all I am, I worship you. Of course, they don't sing that low. I'm just kind of singing like the baritone range. They would sing an octave higher. So it would be, you took everything I was. And basically this is the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. Put my piano up so you can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. You took everything I was, made me what I am, and with all I am, I worship you. All right. And the second time, it says second time round, you do this. You took everything I was, made me one, and everything else is the same there. All right. So let's go to the chorus part where it goes into harmony. Scroll down a little bit, and we can see here what it says. All right, sopranos. You took, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You took everything I was, made me what I am. So that would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 5, 5, 4, 3, 5, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 6, 5. 5, 6, 5, 5. All right, alto part. You took everything I was, made me what I am, and with all I am, I worship you. All right, worship you. All right, so we got to be precise here. It says 4, 3, 2, worship you. All right, and then you go to tenors. 3, 4, 5, 1, 7, 5, 2, 1, 1. All right, and so basically I separate those parts based on what I hear. I subtract the piano, I subtract the conga player, and I went in note by note, listened to this, and so that way I could type my parts out. And the reason why I like using numbers is because it doesn't matter. Like this song changes keys in the middle of the song. So in that instance, the numbers don't change, just the key. So for example, here's my scale. Let me pull my piano up. It starts off in E flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So 1, or here's the next key. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the cool thing about using the numbers, I'll be honest with you, is you're not limited to that key. Imagine me writing letters. I would have to literally change each letter of this song. I would have to type it out so many different times. If you use numbers, you can go to any key. Let's say we're in the key of C. It's the easiest one to sing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So we go to soprano part, which is on the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. Altos. 1, 2, 3, 3. So ooh. All right. So as you can see, it doesn't matter what key you go to. I mean, you can be in the key of A. Just do your A scale. So you go up, find the 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sopranos. Ooh, altos. Ooh, tenors. Ooh. All right. And so that's why I like using numbers, because if it changes keys, everything stays the same. I mean, you just look at the numbers and you go to that major scale. Again, you probably want to use the Play Like You series, and I'm not trying to push that on you, but if you don't know the major scale or how it works, what the numbers mean and different things like that, I highly recommend that series for you, as well as how to play the piano, because the piano part basically is, you know, if this song is in... All right, now I'm playing in the key of A, but, you know, the song here says key of E flat and key of E. So, I mean, you can only imagine. I mean, you know, if they say, hey, man, you know what? E flat is it's too high for me. You know, can you take it down? All right, I went down to the key of D. I mean, you can just, whatever key it is, that number represents what chord you play. So the first chord would be the 8 chord, 7 chord, 6 chord, 5 chord in the key of D flat, or whatever key you want to play it in. The key of A, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 5. So whatever key you choose. And this song here, if you notice the pianist, he kept it real simple because the vocals are doing some really, really nice stuff. So you don't want to take away from the vocals. A lot of these new cats are doing so much stuff musically. You can't, I mean, who listens to vocals anymore? You can just listen to the band, just jam out. You know, but a song like this is so beautiful, you don't want to take away from the vocals. So when you go to choir rehearsal, please make sure you have your format. Format is here at the bottom. Start off with the intro, then you go to the chorus unison, then you go back to the intro again, then you do the chorus with harmony, which is what I just covered. And then after you do the chorus with harmony, you see that modulates up to the next key. You're going to do the chorus. C stands for chorus with harmony. And then you go do the half of the chorus, and then you go into the intro, back to the intro. And that's what they did with the oohs, all right? So I have basically 3 different documents here, just the lyrics alone. I have the documentation with my lyrics with the numbers. As you can see, the numbers, the top number is soprano, middle is the alto, next one is the tenor, unless you see like 4-part harmony, which is in the oohs from the intro, all right? And this last documentation, this last piece here, I did it with with my tablet here, my Samsung Galaxy Note, or you can even use the Galaxy Note phone. They have the Note 1, 2, and 3, and you can kind of write and email this. The cool thing about this app I used was Papyrus, I believe, just to confirm. Yeah, Papyrus, and it's a really cool notation software, piece of software, because you can write and copy, paste, erase, do all kind of neat stuff, change the color. So, and as you can see, my sloppy handwriting here. I worship you, Trey McLaughlin. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. And SOZ, key of E flat, and went up to E. Tempo was very crucial. Why is the tempo so crucial? Well, because you want to make sure you're doing this song. I'm gonna tell you something that's so embarrassing when you're playing a song or you're doing a song, and the choir leader or the praise and worship leader is looking back at the band saying "speed up" or "slow down." So if you have like a loop or something to play along with you, it makes things a whole lot easier. I have a video that has the loops and stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a tempo of 88 here. And the cool thing about MIDI, some of you guys have been asking me, what is MIDI? MIDI, man, I basically can go in. Here's my piano part, and this is why I like to use Logic. We'll zoom in, do Z, or actually I'll tell you what, Control 4, and I'll slide this down. This is called a piano roll, and the cool thing about a piano roll is these are different notes. Each of these things represent notes. And this bottom part is my sustain pedal. All right, so let me play it so you can actually see. All right, and as you can see here, it's not balanced because this is just a demo of just kind of showing you how I actually play this. But my pad, let me go back to a clean window so you can see what's going on here. All right. This is Logic, and basically the cool thing about Logic, I can go in. Let's say I don't want to use a piano sound. Let's say I want to use a different sound. I want to change piano to, let's go to a roll sound. All right, it's gonna sound weird, but the cool thing about MIDI is you can change the actual instrument. All right. All right. Once you have that MIDI information, you can go in and change the sounds. Once you have the, the data put in. I don't want to get too technical because I don't want to lose you. All right. So I'm gonna undo. Let's go back to my piano. All right. Sopranos. The cool thing again, like I said, you can separate the soprano part. I can solo soprano, and I can go in and add altos. You can mix and match this however you like. But each channel, I basically go in and I record. I'll go in and play the soprano part. Then I'll go in and play the alto part. Then I'll go in and play the tenor part, first tenor and second tenor. And just to show you, it looks exactly the same too on the piano roll. Let's move this down. All right, and let me solo just a soprano part so you can see what it would look like. All right, so we'll go back to the beginning. 2, 3, 4, and that's the 5, 5, 3, 1, to the 2. All right, and that's the ooh and the ah part. We'll go up to the next part. That's the unison. Everybody's singing this part. I worship you. All right, let's go to where it actually goes into harmony. Right here, measure 30. All right, and so anyway, I play that song from beginning to end, the whole soprano part, and I do the same with the altos and tenors. And once I put it in a folder, I'll send it to the website that my church uses, or that I created for this music department, so they can go in and pull the lyrics, pull the parts, and also play the audio. So this will guarantee you a successful rehearsal, and you'll just feel better going into rehearsal. It's nothing worse than going into a rehearsal unprepared. You don't know the lyrics. You're trying to, you're pulling up the lyrics from like some website that may have the lyrics wrong, or you just don't feel good when you're not prepared. So the key to this is really be prepared. Go do your homework, spend time with the song, learn the parts. If you can, type them out, or you can write them out. You don't have to type all. You don't have to all this tech. You don't have to have all of this technology to literally just write the words out. Anyway, if you have questions, feel free to email me. Go to the website, download this. Everything that I've covered is absolutely free. the MIDI files, the audio files, and any and everything that you need is here for you. So again, I appreciate you taking the time out to watch, and share this with your music department or your musician or minister of music who may be having a tough time preparing for music rehearsal or choir rehearsal or even preparing for the band. So again, I thank you so much.